Hello everyone, we are on section 1.4 and last time we met we did this activity where we intersected 3 index cards and we discussed these questions. So now let's formally define what an intersection is. It's when two or more geometric figures intersect and they have one or more points in common. And we are going to study 3 kinds of intersections. The first one is the intersection of lines. And we saw from the activity that we did that when 2 lines intersect, they intersect at a point. So this intersection here is a point. That's the only point that these 2 lines have in common. We also saw, well, we didn't see this kind of intersection with the activity, but when you have a plane and you have a line intersecting the plane, this intersection between a plane and a line is also a point. This point is the only point shared between the plane and the line. And we also saw the intersection of 2 planes. When 2 planes intersect, they intersect and form a line. Okay, this one's very important. Don't forget that whenever they ask you what is the intersection of plane such and plane such, you know the answer has to start with the word line. Okay, so let's look at some examples. These examples are in your book. They're very simple. Letter A, name the intersection of AC and BE. So line AC is right here. And line BE is right here. So where do they intersect? They intersect at point B. The second one is BE, line BE, and line DF. Here's line BE. We just worked with that one. And line DF is right here. So they intersect at point E. And letter C is line AC and line DF. Here's line DF. Here's line AC. Notice that lines AC and DF do not intersect. They have no points in common. Let's look at the example with intersecting planes. When plane S intersects plane R, plane S is this plane that's vertically going up and down, and plane R is the horizontal top plane. They intersect at line K. That is the answer to letter A. Letter B, planes R and T, they do not intersect at all. They have no points in common. And planes T and S intersect at line L. Okay? Good. Now we're going to practice some sketching. Now, sketching is very important in geometry. So I want you to try these sketches in your notebook. And then come back to the slide. So right now I want you to hit pause and I want you to do letters A, B, and C in your notebook and then hit play again and check the sketches on this presentation. Here are the sketches. A line that is in the plane. Now when you draw a plane, this is what I want you to do. For letter A, you draw a straight line, and then these lines are a bit slanted, and then you draw a straight line, and there's your plane, and you can label your plane any letter you want, and they want a line on the plane. So here is line M on the plane. That's your first sketch. This is letter A. Now this slide has a better drawing. Here it is. It's a plane M with line L on the plane. Letter B is a line that does not intersect the plane. So for letter B, again, draw your plane straight line, then a little bit of a slanted line, and then join with a straight line. There. And you can name your plane any letter you want. Let's name it M. And a line that's not on the plane. So that would be a line outside of the plane. Okay? let's see that drawing, which looks much nicer than mine. There it is. And letter C, on the other slide, we had to draw a plane and a line intersecting. So here's the plane. And here's a line intersecting the plane. So whenever a line intersects a plane, it intersects it at a point. There it is. It's like the line was coming in through the bottom of the plane and piercing it at one point. And this would be the point that they have in common. So let's call this line L, and this plane, let's call it A. Let's look at a much better drawing than mine. Here it is. Okay? And that's what you should have sketched. Let's do a little bit more sketching. Sketch two planes that intersect in a line. Now this is the hardest sketch to do. And there are some instructions here for you to do that. I am not going to try and sketch this because this is this pointer that I'm using is very wiggly. Well, I don't want to try it. First step is you draw one plane as if you're looking straight at it. So they're referring to this plane that is labeled number 1. So I'm going to go ahead and try it here. I can do this. I can do a much better job if I had a chalkboard. So that first step is just simply drawing a rectangle, looking straight and, looking straight at you. The second step here is draw a second plane that is horizontal. So this is what you do. I try to look right at the middle of this segment here, and I draw a line outwards like this. And then right at the center here, I'll draw a parallel line to that one. Okay? And then I join them like that. And now I draw the back part of this, but since this part is behind that first plane that I just drew, it's behind it, I have to draw dashed lines, okay? And once I'm out from behind, I can draw solid lines. So there you have it. There are your two planes. And what's missing is that from this point to this point, the intersection of the two planes form a line. There it is. And we can call it line M. So practice these intersections. Practice with a ruler. It'll come out much nicer than freehand. Okay? And there you go. Here's some more sketches. They want you to sketch 3 lines that lie in a plane. So again, a plane. You draw 2 slanted lines, draw 2 straight lines, and 3 lines that lie on the plane. Here they are. Any 3 lines. There you go. And I didn't label them, so let's label L. Let's do this M and this one N. There you go. Another sketch. Sketch 2 lines that intersect a plane at the same point. So let me draw a plane here. And they want 2 lines that intersect at the same point. So let's see. I can draw a line going this way and a line going this way. And then they share this point, and let's say this continues underneath the plane. And this one continues underneath the plane. There. 2 lines that intersect a plane at the same point. So it pierces the plane at the same point. Let's look at a much better drawing than mine. Here it is. Okay? And remember to label your lines and then label your points and your plane. We label planes with capital letters, and we label lines with small cap letters. and this point we can name W. And one more sketch. Two planes that do not intersect well. I can draw one on top of the other like this. And this looks like two planes that do not intersect. And here's the drawing. And remember to label your planes. There it is.